Hey there, Chad here. Thanks for joining me. Let's play some NewsTower. We are in November of 1931 of the Sounding Rocket, and we're just going to start moving along. We hired an illustrator, and that's going to open up some opportunities for us as we go forward. But let's see what else we got going on here. And if I recall, yeah, they want inspiring stories. We need to get a few different tags that we don't have a whole lot of control over, but we will get there. So we'll go ahead and take a look at these stories. Well, this one will meet a couple of those if we get to the illustration part. So that's promising. And let's look at the other one. Not as much. We'll go with, well, we'll do both stories, but we want to focus on which one we can get a better benefit from first. So we're going to go with this one. We'll put Elaine right on it, get her out there, and she is on her way. This one has a couple of different things going on with it. Let's, we'll go ahead and send Robert for, okay, let's see, we got two parts here. Send Lucille for this part. Ah, that closes it off. Okay, so we don't want to do that. Right, it's a choice. I didn't pay attention to that. I was thinking it was another one where we get to fill both halves. So we will go with the top half this time, and we'll send Chris. There we go. Now there's a few other things going on here that we probably need to take a peek at. First of all, ads. Let's go ahead and get one of these started. Well, I think we'll go with the $2,000 ad over the $1,000 ad. That probably makes some sense, right? Let's make sure there's nothing else silly about that, though. Nope, I think we're in good shape if we do that. So we'll start right here. Dolores will get started on that. And there was this little guy over here that I was trying to figure out what it was trying to tell me. So, incomplete chain. Okay, I understand that. We don't have the photo. Okay, that's right. We don't have all of the pieces, so we need a photo process and a chemical engraver. And let's see what that's going to set us back. So that should be production stuff. Okay, the chemical engraver is right here. We can probably get started with that. And who do we have here? I forgot. This is the lawyer. Okay. The reason I'm checking on that, I might bring the lawyer down to the first floor because we're going to want to wall this off. Some of this stuff can be loud, as you can see. We don't need I don't think we need the repro camera right now. Which one was it? It was the photo processor. I wonder if we don't have that yet. Let's take a look over here. When you get out to the Photo Academy, are there pieces here that... Yes, we apparently need to unlock this. Okay. Well, we could be dead in the water there for those illustrations then. I didn't remember that it had that many moving parts to it, which is okay. It gives us an opportunity to build out this way. We're already doing that, actually, so it just might be that we miss out a little bit this week. Trying to take an optimistic approach there. All right, well, let's get back into... I keep clicking the wrong ones here. Yep, I did it again. There we go. All right, we'll get back in here. So we can certainly... Let's see. I just want to make sure I'm not misunderstanding where that needs to go. It kind of tells us here. Draft illustration. So it will need to... So we saw photo processing. I'm just wondering if what we have here will take care of that. It feels a little odd that it wouldn't be what we need. So I'm thinking it's actually this. The photo process is probably this guy. So let's go ahead and move the lawyer. Get this started. He's way down here now. Sorry, guy. What's his name? Clarence. There you go, clearance, and we're going to put a plant down here so that you're happy. Okay. We're going to come back up here, and let's go ahead and just start this piece of the process. And I'm actually thinking we're going to move him here, and then we'll put that stuff in over here, as it's going to take up a little more space, I think. And it's stinky, and yeah, lots of fun stuff there. Okay, so who can we hire? Well, we only have one opportunity here. The good news is Philip is a quick study. The bad news is I really don't need him as an assembler or a telegrapher there. So might want to revisit that. Let's look at the other one. And this is someone who is prestigious, so that's good. We'll go ahead and grab them. And then we're going to re-roll. See if we get anything else. Okay. Counters heat. That's interesting. And they're also a little cheaper. We're going to go ahead and do that. Was that Edith? Yeah, Edith there. So let's see if that allows that process to continue. It does. Okay, so we don't have to get out to the Photo Academy just yet to fix that. We just need to do this piece of it. Now, we're going to want to take a look at comfort issues there. Yep, stinky, loud. And we have ways to counter some of that. First of all, doors always help, but also we want to kind of contain that if we can. So why don't we start there? We're going to put in a door. Do have some space there that we might need some extra space. For the sound, we have our typical sound buffers, including acoustic wallpaper. That could be quite helpful. So that'll deal with the sound. We might want to, yeah, there's a good chance what we're going to end up doing is putting in a wall here as well and dealing with that separately. What was I thinking here? Oh, a light. I need another light. Probably don't have to have that light, but it's not going to kill us right now. At least that's the hope. Okay, I should have checked stash first. I didn't think to do that. And then finally, what are we going to do to counter smell down here? Comfort, smell. Well, there's always fans. The fan will help, at least a little. There are air vents, which also counter prestige. That's not our best bet. I don't know that would a mirror do something here? I guess it does. Kind of helps. Okay, well, I think we're going to go with fan. Oh, we could do tiles also. And we do put a wall in there. Let's see what that's going to look like. And let's check stash first. I do have one. There we go. So we'll just go right there and then up to tile. Feels a little strange, but okay. Oh, there is enough seeping through here that's not entirely pleasant. So first of all, let's swap that out. And then we're going to go back to comfort items for smell, which includes big fan. Okay, so there's a reason that we want to do this the way that it wants us to do it. My goodness, we can't get rid of it altogether. Move that to here, move that to here. This to there. Okay, so it's handled there. It's not handled here. Well, again, we have a fan or two we can put in there maybe to make it better. For air vent. Okay, well, we'll have to see how big of a problem that becomes for them. Trying to think if I was thinking like a plant or something might. Oh, yeah, plants do help. Just not enough. Okay. A painting will help. Good to know. There we go. We found the right mix. Until I took that out. Alright, well, that's on me. You might as well check to see if we have one of those. We do not, so back to comfort. Back to air vent. Alright, that should get that done. Let's move on for now. Printer area is always going to be warm. We have acoustics in to try to help with that. We could put another... Let's go ahead and put another fan in just to see if it makes a difference. It looks like it'll do a little bit of damage there, so... There, just for fun. Would a second one help? Goes to being loud instead of hot. Okay, well, it is what it is. We'll back out of that. And we're going to fire things up. Let's get into the news here. See what we can get done. All right, so they're moving their illustration over to the loud part. We can go ahead and, that one we will try to counter here. And I thought I saw one. I did not. Okay. Clocks. Clocks make people happy. Let's try to keep those folks happy, but otherwise we're going to need to go to acoustic panel. Noise counters. And we'll just do that. And there's a story coming in. Entertainment. All right. Well, we know that we want to do inspiring stuff, so this is not a bad break. Let's go ahead and drop Lucille there. Robert there. And, oh, it's got photography needed, though, to get this. We don't have that yet. So what will happen is we'll get this part of the story done and we'll cut the end. But at least we'll have inspiring and we'll have something to work with there. Okay, moving on. And both of those came ready to advance at the same time. I don't have anybody to do that one yet. And I want to get to it because the illustration process takes a while, as we saw. Well, I guess we might as well go ahead and get started on this one. And if we have any, we do have a little bit of influence. If we have anything to speed up their processes, that would be really super helpful. So, annoyance counters. Accessories. Okay, what's this one do? It'll improve their speed by 1. We're doing it. Additional engraving equipment. Alright, well, we spent all of our influence, but I think that's going to be worth it in the long run. That should shave a few hours off. Just got to drop those in there. Production buffs. And sharpness chart. That will help here. And engraving equipment. Ooh, I hope I have space. I do. Right there. Okay. Good. He's still off on his own, but that's alright. And yeah, we don't have a reporter here yet, so just let that run. There they come. Okay. 15 hours. Yeah, and like I said, nothing we can do here. So I think what we end up doing is coming over here. Nope. To there. Okay, I don't have a way to drop the story yet. I guess I have to be able to assign somebody in order to do that. I guess, can I drop it there? Does that make a difference? That might. We'll see what happens. Okay. Paper mess. let's go ahead and deal with that. I did see a trash can in here, I'm sure of it. There it is. Okay, that should help there. And I think what I have learned in this playthrough so far is getting behind in your people's comfort levels is very, very difficult to recover from. We're at the end of the second year, and I'm not really quite as nearly as far as I thought I would be at this point. So that's just something to consider as you do your own playthroughs. Let's see what we've got going on in Los Angeles. Well, we're not going to be able to do all three of these. And I almost feel like just killing it for now. What day is it? It's middle of Wednesday. We've got a lot going on. We could, maybe get a partial story in. I guess they're not doing anything else right now. Yeah, we'll go ahead and we'll run a couple of these. The illustrator is currently working for another 6 hours. That's going to cut that really close, but let's see. And then we come over to this sports story. That's got a few options for us that are good, particularly up here. So let's put somebody on it with, they're all at 2. So we're going to drop Chris on there, get him working. This is the one with, this one we're waiting on. So I guess we can sit in there and fast forward. There he is. All right, our illustrator. That is gonna, let's see, that's gonna be Friday before he's done. I don't know how long these processes take. 8 hours, 8 hours, and then it's got to get assembled. It's gonna be tight. I don't know that we're gonna get that one done. Okay, we're gonna do what we can though. Let's go ahead and move on. A couple of things going on now. Act fast. Yeah, we knew we weren't going to be able to get all of these. I don't have the right reporting combination, so that's too bad. Let's come up here. That sports story needs an illustrator. Well, you know what? We'll have it lined up for next week. That's for sure. Alternately, we could get the story done. We won't have the nice silver tags here, so I don't know. I think I might go ahead and... How many stories do we have? We've got a lot of stories. Should have anyway. I'm going to let it go. We'll pick it up next week. Let's look at this one. Well, they're both busy. Wow. Oh, okay. I'm sorry. It's a biased story. So that's something that they will a lot of times not want us to do. But we'll see. Let's go ahead and advance a little bit. See if somebody comes free. There we go. Jump on in there. Okay, that might not make it this week either. So our illustrator has 11 hours remaining. He's busy. And we have no bonuses for him. That's right. We were looking at that, and then I ended up doing it for the other 2 phases. I didn't grab one for him. Let's see if we have those available yet. We do not, because I don't have points to buy it. But having desk pencils helps the illustrator. I guess that makes some sense, right? Paint can will help the illustrator. Excellent. Is this also for him? Very good. So there's 3 things we can grab to improve him by 5 total points. That's great. All right, back to it. Something just happened. There we go. Second half of this story. Well, let's get Robert right on it. It's a biased story, but it is inspiring. If it gets in, they will like that, interestingly enough. So, on with it. We are going to be pushing the limits of when the press can run. I am already certain of that. Here is a crime story with gruesome and alarming at the back end of it. All right. Chris or Chris? I guess we'll do Chris White. There we go. What sick mind does this? Okay. Apparently it was pretty gruesome. And another one. That was pretty quick. I didn't pay close attention to that. Let's do the other Chris. Another story. Society. Okay, so it is an unveiling, and there is an inspiring, which we will never get to. There's just not enough time. I think we dropped everything we could get to it, but we probably won't be able to do that. So this is basically a story for next week is what that means. So let's see who... None of them particularly benefit from working it, so we'll do that. I guess I could have done the inspiring half, but we're going to go with this. Okay, there it is. And we are nowhere... Well, actually... Okay, so I think what I learned here is that if you cut off a story at a point where you don't have the ability to continue it, it allows you to print the part that you do. I think that's what this one was. Not that one, though. I think it was this one. Poetry bundle. Yeah. So that's good. Good to know. We have an illustration coming in. I just don't think it's possible that it'll get done. Maybe. It's an assembler. Assemblers are decent. More stuff coming in. Okay, well, Robert, looks like it's your day to pick up a story out there in Los Angeles. And there's one in Nashville. This one is Society. Cheap, no strings attached versus Elaine. Oh, that's kind of a push. We'll go with Elaine. Again, we're not going to get it in today, obviously. There's literally not enough time. We have one more story coming in probably before the end of the day. There it is. Another entertainment story, and we don't even have anyone available just yet. Let's see how close we can push that. There we go. All right. Well, we'll have one in the bank for tomorrow or next week. And kind of the same thing here. I don't think we're going to see that one. Yeah, we're not going to get to that one, though. All right. Current time. It's got to be after 11 p.m. Right? Oh, you have to be off of there. There we go. It is. It's 10 to midnight, so it's time to run. We are not going to get anything done in 10 minutes. So, here we go. Best part of the day, figuring out what to print. And we have 3 pages in our paper. And I just noticed something. I can't remember if we covered this before. You can change the cost of your paper, how much you're going to charge for it. And it can make a big difference. You'll sell more if you move it down. You will, oh, I'm sorry. So what it does, yeah. I wonder how they're going to change this, since this is going to be changing. If you increase the price, it will narrow this to just one box. And if you decrease it, it widens it. So you get the better chance of getting loyal subscribers, I think is what that really comes down to. But after our discussion with Noctigeller, he was pretty clear that this is going to change, if not go away. And so I don't know what that really looks like. So I think I'm just going to leave it where it's at right now, and we'll learn the new mechanic once it becomes available. We have silver tags that all line up here. I am loving that. I think that's where we're going to go, except, yeah, page 1. We're going to go with those on page 1. Lots of silver tags, and we are already at 116,000 people looking at our paper, so I'm happy with that. How many of these do we hit? All but one, and I don't even think we had that one. So we had one opportunity for it, and it was with a photograph that I could not do because I don't have that yet, although we will have it next week, at least have it available to us. We're going to have some influence to buy stuff, and that probably won't happen this week, but there we go. And this is what you start to get once you have an illustrator. As you can see, there's a nice little picture in here. We haven't had those in the past. All 3 of these stories have illustrations. And, you know, I was saying that was Silver Label. Well, it is Silver Label still. So, yeah, there's 4 of them in there. So your story type with illustrations is silver as opposed to bronze. There we have it. Okay, let's move on to the next batch. I'm not sure what I just did there. I feel like I must have hit something. Let's sort by ready. Obviously, we have some old news that we potentially could use, and one of those is inspiring, so it will give us money, or I'm sorry, it'll give us prestige. Yeah, that might be something to do. We did get this story done, the one that was biased. I didn't think that was going to happen. So we have plenty of stories to pick from, don't we? We want to try to get these in, well, that'll be easy. We can get 2 inspiring tags in without much trouble. Just trying to figure out the best way to line them up. I think boom, boom, boom. I think that's the best. This will be, and we'll make that page 3. So let's start with this one. This one. And this one. Lots of readers. 150,000 with a page to go. I do want to run the ad. And that lines up with 2 more tags, although one of them's an old tag, but it has inspiring. I think I like that idea, so maybe we'll do that. So the ad will go here. I don't think you get a bonus for putting the ad down here, right? No. In fact, it decreased sales tremendously by doing that, from 37,000. This goes up, but this went down. I'm not quite sure how to interpret that. I have to think about that. Okay. Moving on. Well, we definitely want this one, and it has a match, and it is silver, so we'll take that. And like I said, I think we're going to go ahead and run this story, even though it has the old news tag. That's going to be helpful for us, and we are at 177,000. That is not a record for us, but that's a pretty good week. I think we take it and run. Okay. Off to the races. And it's raining. Okay, Kansas City. Monthly polls. There's still good left in the world. Glad. So we've got some, yeah, we're going to have some good tags there. Hidden agenda, we got 6 items there, which is good because we didn't get any other influence points. So I'll take that. Yeah, not a whole lot of... So sales revenue, ad revenue, not a lot of surprises here. Glad we were able to do that. What a wonderful publisher. Well, thank you. Moving forward. Uh-oh. Protesters coming soon. Oh, that was in the previous week. I'm sorry. I was thinking it was going to slide down here. I was looking at the wrong line. So there we go. Awesome. We are in good shape. We picked up a tag there to potentially apply to folks. We can run 2 more ads this week. That is something I didn't pay attention to. We could have run a second ad probably if I had been a little more on the ball with that. So when an ad gets completed, you know, the story doesn't light up or anything again. You have to kind of pay attention to that one. Otherwise, you miss out potentially. Nonetheless, we hired a couple of people, so it makes sense our expenses went up. That's okay. We still made a good amount of money. Some people got better at their jobs. What more can you ask for? And we now will have access to the Little Neck Mine, but more importantly, to the Photo Academy. So we can start looking at photography as a means to tell a story. The mine, we get discounts on coal. That's always welcome. We have a coal storage bin. It basically works like the shelf, but it's specific for coal. And then we have auto loading of coal. We don't have enough influence for that, but we'll auto order it for us when we start to run low. Let's see what else we opened up there. Well, we opened up neighborhoods, and this one is a dead end. It's interesting. I never noticed that before. The Photo Academy, we've got a little bit of work to do. So, you know, the good news, bad news there. It's available now. We just have to prioritize getting some influence and making the decision to move in that direction. So these things help with the photographer, nice buffs, and they start to take up a lot of space, though, is what you're going to see. These are not so bad, although the wet plate rack does sit on the floor. So you start having to have a couple of floors for your photography grouping. And then cartography was way down here, and I kind of want to move in that direction. What else did we have? There was the obituary desk, which we haven't gotten to, and it is, I think you have to get this before you can unlock it. Yeah, you have to do that. Oh, well, yeah, you have to do that. They go in order. So that's something that we might want to start to work towards in the next one. Let's see what the challenges are this week for the hidden agenda. Print at least one educational for 8 points. That's not bad, and we can control that a little bit by setting up economy and society as being prioritized. The mayor wants us, for every illustration, 4 points. Well, we have at least one in the works, so that's an easy one to go ahead and just claim 4 points and then try to pick up some others as we go, and then that's a good chance that'll happen. And he wants 2 mob stories, or he's going to beat us up. I'm going to pass on that one for now. Not really feeling the love. Haven't seen a mafia story in a couple of weeks. So we're going to go with, I think we're going to go with the mayor, honestly. This time I think that's a good bet. We already have fulfilled at least a piece of it. Once we get out here, St. Paul's School, more tags to train our folks on. I want to build the tower up a little so then we can start to duplicate. We can have 2 workbenches, for instance. And, you know, once you're making more money, that becomes makes a lot more sense, right? We just need to get to that point. There's the European desk. Outstanding. What else we got? Boat discounts. All right. Like I said, well, you know what? We haven't even unlocked the radio tower. That's where we can get our 4th telegrapher if we want them. That's usually kind of easy pickings, but I do want to move to get the cartographer too, but we don't have points right now. So I think we're going to maybe try to see if we can solidify one of these. That one, not so much. The one we were on, got half of it. We need a scandal. We can they can appear anywhere. So, you know, not a lot of control over that. We need a 4th page to get to there. We got 2 out of those 3, but we need dirt. Down here, 2 out of those 3. Defeat is a lot easier to get. We see those quite a bit, particularly in sports stories. And I don't have any restrictions there right now. What do we have here? I already looked at that one. Out here, we matched 2. We have, I don't know, I'm sorry. Yeah, we matched 2. We have 1, and we need a statistics story. Lots of time in sports, economy. Fun all around. We have a lot of options here. So I'm just going to click through these real quick. I'm basically wanting to see if there's anything that I can solidify a full neighborhood. This is pretty close. It's only 2 points though. So let's go with getting to the radio tower. I think that, and cartography is the other one, but I don't think we had it. We do have 1 in the works here. We'll do this one for now. We don't have the points for this. We have got photography coming as well. So let's get started on this one. There we go. Well, that is our week. Thank you for joining me. And we will continue right at this spot right here in the next episode. I hope you'll join me for that. Thank you for your time. And until next time, fair travels.